made her way to the northeast and disappeared in the block between Vietella Access Road and Belsukat line. And then later in the afternoon, and we found the tracks of both cubs and the mother going east along the firebreak. That's pretty much the area where they saw her this morning. So I presumed that she is back into the old den in that small block east of Galaga shortcut. And the cubs are growing big now, yeah? But the first time I saw the cubs on Vietella Access Road and off of Sandy Patch, and the cubs could hardly run, and when they do run through the long grass, and then they tripped and fell. So when Seven Eyes saw them about a couple of days ago, and they are fine. They're stable on their feet, and they're able to run through the long grass without tripping and falling like they used to be. And the spots are fully developed. So we're just waiting for one of the good day to try and sex them. And hopefully name them. As we have been talking about trying to sex the cubs and give them names at a very young age, so that they grow up and know who is who. And once we managed to sex them and name them, and we will obviously open each of them a Facebook fan page. So whoever will be interested to know the background history and the movement and everything, and you can log on to their Facebook page and read about them, like we did with the previous Gorilla Sons mission Duna. So the lab Penny Lay, good afternoon to you. Thanks very much for sharing the information with us about the king cheetah that has just been born at Thorny Bush Game Reserve and way up in the north. So she says it's a first kingfisher it's born after a very, very long time. That's very interesting. I mean, they have a cheetah breeding project at Thorny Bush. And it seems to be going fine. Very successful project. There's also another cheetah breeding project here at Kapama Private Game Reserve. It's also up in the north near Hoedspruit. And it's obviously not the part of the Greater Karoo National Park or the Sabi Sands. It's a privately owned game reserve. And that's also a very successful breeding project. So they breed cheetahs and wild dogs and endangered bird species, caracal and servals. So they breed a variety of animals there. So they help the orphan and injured animals, and if they manage to recuperate, then they will eventually release them back into the wild. So they don't keep them there for commercial purposes. So they do release them back into the wild, which is a great thing, obviously. I'm also gonna be starting an impala and wallabies breeding project soon. And the Seb Esen is keen to be my partner. Hi Seb.
Yes. Whatever you like.
I'm just kidding. Just teasing you folks. It's nice to tease you guys once in a while. I'm raising the kettles to feed the lines. And just for further more information that I got from from some people during the day is that the Nkuhumas. I remember this morning I was telling you about the lions that got out of the Millet Reserve and killed a cow. So they killed 3 cows, not one. And a couple of days ago they killed a buffalo in the Millet Reserve. And yesterday they killed 3 cows. This is not something that is weird. We've seen it before, and it does happen once in a while. Where lions will dig holes under the fence to get out of reserve and kill cattle. As I said this morning. So from a buffalo, obviously from a full stomach, to 3 cows. Lions are very opportunistic predators. So they will kill if they can. Especially if it's an easy target, easy prey. Lions tend to go for an easy prey, an injured animal or a weaker animal. And the reason why the lions are very, very opportunistic predators is because they don't know when the next meal is going to be. And so if something comes by and they're very, very full and they all give it a go. I've seen lions with a full stomach, and then an animal comes by and then they also bring it down. Even leopards are also opportunistic animals. We have seen gorilla with 2 different kills in the different areas. And I've also seen another leopards with 2 or 3 different kills in different areas. Lions with 2 or 3 or 4, whatever, kills. Sandy, good afternoon to you. Very interesting question from Sandy, asking if the lions will remember the cows and kill again. Very much so. They'll remember it. And once the lions have figured out that a certain prey is it's easier to kill, and they'll do it again. So it eventually becomes a habit. So I think the Nkuhumas, and I was just talking to Seb earlier this afternoon, just before we went out on drive, and that the Nkuhumas and will do it again, because now they have figured out that the cows are the easiest prey to go for, and they will try again. I have no doubt about it. So I'm sure now they will start targeting the cows and along the fence line, because they tended to graze along the fence lines towards Gowrie Gate. That's where they killed the 3 cows, and just near the Manyeleti fence line, 1 kilometer west of Gowrie Gate. Remember that the cows are not as fast as the antelopes. Elephant tracks here. Looks like a breeding head, and it's very, very small tracks here. So look at the tiny tracks there, sir. Yeah. Very, very small baby, just judging from the size of the tracks here. So I was saying that the cows are not as agile as the antelope species. There's one elephant there. Obviously not as strong as the buffaloes and the other antelope species that we get here. Morning, Jambos. Look at that one, smelling us with his trunk. I'm glad they are crossing over into our side. They had a lovely mud bath, see, they're all full of mud and nice and wet. And this is a small breeding head of elephants. It's about 7 of them. In the hot days like today, and you'll often find the elephants swimming and splashing and having mud baths. Stand by here for now. So they're moving and along the fire break at the moment. Eight elephants here. The baby elephant is having fun, yeah, running around, yeah, like crazy. They look like they are moving the separate ways. It might be the two sisters and with the previous and latest offsprings. Just looking at the size and the age of the youngsters, and they vary in age. So it's very, very much possible that the two females, two sisters with the previous offsprings and the latest offspring. That's basically what formed the breeding head. There's a couple of them up ahead. It's one that under the marula tree. So the whole group is moving east along the fire break, and that is a no-go area for us. So this female's got a very big notch on her ear. The more squirrels complaining in the thick bushes and on the other side of the fire break. Well, there they come, the elephants are coming this way again. They're coming to join these two. I think these two elephant cows and have let them know about the delicious Maria fruits that are busy eating now. The two babies there, still having fun. Eh? The elephant cow with a notch on the ear and was not happy about the youngest cow approaching her. That's why she went berserk. And I saw the Martruck walking straight to her to try and keep her on line. So one baby then is in a very good playing mood this afternoon. He keeps running around the bushes and comes back to the head and plays with the other babies. You can tell that they are loving and enjoying the marula fruits. They are very submissive towards the matrak. Every time when she gets closer to them, they beg off. They give you a right of way. Very, very respectful individual elephant. She does discipline the misbehaving individual elephants in the herd. So if the young bulls misbehave themselves to the last degree, then she will get rid of them immediately before the situation deteriorates. And they are slowly moving off now. I don't think that there is any marula fruits on the ground. There must have been quite a few marula fruits on the ground because they've been feeding for quite a while. And the bulls tend to shake the trees when there is nothing left on the ground. And as I said the other day, that I have never seen the elephant cows and shaking the marula trees to get the fruits off the tree. And the elephant cows are not as destructive as the bulls. And they don't often uproot the trees to get into the leaves and the roots. So the females feed on whatever they found and moved on. There we go. No, I thought she's gonna shake the tree now. So her head was almost touching the tree. Ruth, good afternoon to you. Ruth wants to know how long do the baby elephant nest? I think they nest for about 6 to 8 months. They don't nest for too long. But they start eating fresh leaves and the grass at the age of about a month to 2 months. I've seen a baby elephant at the age of about 3 to 4 weeks and is nibbling on the small fresh leaves and the fresh grass. Pat Williamson, good afternoon to you. And Pat Williamson says that the first elephant that walked off was a female. Ah, okay, cool. I'm just confusing myself. Yeah, Pat Williamson's husband thought that the so Pat Williamson's husband says that's the first elephant that was on screen was a male, and she says that it wouldn't be a male because the males wouldn't be with the group right now. Yeah, the first the first elephant that we saw on the screen was definitely a cow or a female. There is no bull in this particular herd of elephant. The bulls might be around in the vicinity. They might be further deep into the bushes. But there is no strict rule that the bull elephant wouldn't be with the herd at any time of the year. So they can be with the breeding herds at any time they want. So they just tend to move from one herd to another, and also tend to hang around with the other bulls in the bachelor herd. So they will only get in contact with the females to check reproductive status and move on again. So sometimes they will stick around with the females for a couple of days or so and move their separate ways, as I said. That's another female and a baby joining the group. I'm just gonna go back and say hello to them. They're obviously the part of the herd, so they were just left behind. And the bulls also tend to lag behind the herd, just like the old buffalo bulls in the breeding herds, and also tend to lag behind. And they usually catch up with the rest of the herd at the water sources. So they're moving back south again. They're going to look for more marilla fruit. There are lots of marilla trees up in this area. So in the small breeding hares like this, and then you will generally find the younger bulls of the age of about 6 to 11 years. Which are still associating with the mothers, and moving around with them before they separate themselves to go and join the boys' club or a bachelor herd. So generally they will split up from the herd at the age of about 13 to 15 years. That's when they start misbehaving themselves, because of their hormonal status, so or the level of testosterone increasing to some degree. So now moving deep into a no-go area for us, so we're going to be moving on and see what else we can find. Cindy, good afternoon to you. Cindy wants to know how did the elephants get the holes in the ears? I think it's from walking through the thick bushes and the ears, and they get caught in and the bushes, and especially the thorny bushes, and get torn. And also the bulls intend to play fights at a very young age, and with them playing with their small and sharp tusk, and then they are more likely to get holes into the ears. But I think it's mainly from walking through the thick bushes and get stabbed by branches of the trees and twigs and thorns and get the holes. So if you see the elephants feeding in the thick bushes, they don't really look where they're going. They just walk through the bushes because they think they are the king of the jungle, which they are. And they have obviously been evolved as bulldozers to open up the thick bushes and make them accessible for the other animals. And they often throw mud onto the body and to the ears, and also rub the ears and the bodies against the trees, and that's also how that's also when they get the holes and scratches and notches on the ears. And then the elephant way in the distance, sudden ears flapping. It's Elephant Day, the 19th of February 2011. That looks like a bull elephant. There's two elephants. And two young bulls. Where are you guys off to? They were throwing dust on their bodies, and now they're moving off. Persian and Lovers and Cheetah Cut Line, 200 meters north of Gowrie Main. The animals mobile east into Churchwood along Gowrie Cut Line. Hello, Mr. Jumbo. I like when they raise the trunks and smell us. And just trying to get to know us. And off the go as well. Texan coming. Good afternoon. Where are you going to be operating this afternoon? Copy. Are you going to follow up on Gorilla? Okay, copy. Thanks. Now there's a negative entry there. They are still on holiday in the Kruger. Now they are on Belfsugari Main Road junction with Chitakatlan, the Mobile East along Gari Katlan. The Gandra vehicles are getting mobile now. It sounds like there's quite a few vehicles out this afternoon, so there's obviously going to be more eyes and ears out here this afternoon. And they're going to be following up on Kirela. I'm just going to keep our ears on the radio. Copy that, thanks. That rhino lying down in the water. Oh, nice. 2, 3, 4 rhinos. I just saw the tip of the ears sticking out above the grass. Just gonna keep a distance to them, but don't want to interrupt them. Obviously. Chilling out nicely in the water there. I'm just gonna approach them very carefully, steady and slowly. Just gonna stop here for now. It's a phone combi. The crash of 4. There we go. So one is getting up to take a good look at us. Good afternoon, sir. I saw the same group in the west, just near the gate, about 3 days ago. It's actually the same day that we saw Karoo and the cubs on Triple M Road. And this is the shorthorn grip. Station, there's a crash of 4 at Guaripan, Lalapansi in the water. Crash of 4 combis, Guaripan, Lalapansi. That's affirmative taxi. Yeah, they are just lying down in the water. When it's getting up. And Flippy ear is also here. It's lying down on the far left of the pan. And I don't see Shorthorn. I think the bull that is lying down next to Flippy ear might be the Shorthorn rhino bull. He's a territorial bull rhino in this area, Shorthorn. I've never seen the other rhino bull that used to hang around with Shorthorn in the grip for about a month or so. He might probably be up in the north. What is very interesting with the territorial holder rhino, and in the dry season when there's a lack of food and water, and he will allow the other rhino bulls to come into his area. And as long as they are submissive towards him. But some rhino bulls might try to challenge the fight with the territorial holder just to try and take over the territory. But generally, the territorial holder allows the rhinos that are related to him, that can be half brothers or just related somewhere down the line. Because he obviously stands less risk of losing his territory to the strangers. must have been sucking themselves in the water since this morning. Typical rhinos behavior. To lie down in the water or roll around in the mud in the hottest summer days. If you look at the skin, they have barely any hair to protect the skin from the heat of the sun. So that's why they have to lie down in the shallow waters or rolling around in the mud to protect the skin from the heat of the sun. And if they don't find water, they will find some shelters and lie down for the day. She's lying down again. She hasn't had enough yet. It's still too hot to be out of the water and standing in the sun, just like the other young bull standing in the sun there. It might return to the water and lie down again. Still time to cool off for them. So the great deal of grazing takes place in the early hours of the morning and again the late afternoon when the temperature is nice and cool. And they also lie down during the night. Especially in the winter time when it's extremely cold in the midnight, and then they will stop feeding and move up onto the high ground and lie down in the roads and mainly on the soft sand. Just to warm up, and they'll get up and carry on feeding just before the sun rises. There we go. It's lying down in the water again. It's floppy ear. Walking around. There we go. It's lying down on the other side of the body. Okay. Just look at the ears and constantly moving to all the directions. Just trying to detect any potential danger moving around or approaching them. The rhinos have got an excellent sense of hearing and smelling, but the eyesight is very, very poor. And I think that the sense of hearing, it's more developed than the smelling. Because if you look at the shape of the rhino's ears, and it's almost like a cup. It's just sort of a hollow shape ears. And they are able to pick up any sound or anything basically. Especially when they're lying down like that, so they obviously rely on the hearing just to pick up any potential danger. What alive in the African bush, yeah. So if I was also a runner, I would have been slipping in the shallow water like that. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye. The batteries are going flat again. The computer was beeping and Seb lost control and everything on the computer. And again, it's the same principle that if as soon as the computer start giving us a warning, and we have to shut down immediately because we don't want to run down those batteries completely. So we're gonna head back to the base and put the vehicle on charge, and hopefully we'll have at least a 2.5 to 3 hours drive tomorrow morning. And yeah, we'll see how it goes, folks. And thanks very much for joining us, and it's been a great afternoon. Nice runners, nice elephants earlier, and yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I'll go back to the base and do a Q&A at Final Control. So for me, Patrick, stay behind the camera, and Tyler back at Final Control. Bye for now. Have a good day.